Niners too. Jimmy G is taking us back on 10% of his dropbacks. That's a high. What's up, guys? It's your homeboy Cowboy Crunk. Trying to go live here real quick. Missing some equipment, so let me grab that real quick. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Let me hit you up with it. Baker Mayfield's shoulders. We're teasing it. And who's that block? Miles Garrett. But who cares? What's up, guys? It's your homeboy Cowboy Crunk. Back here real quick, hoping you guys can pick me up. Let me know if the audio is okay. I need to turn the television down over there behind me as well. That's probably going to be picked up. Give me a couple seconds, guys. I'm jumping in real quick. 1 second. Tyler Perry introduces to sisters. Here we go, guys. Now we rolling. Hey, just got a tweet in from, and I'm not sure who it was even through. Former Cowboys. Let's see. Just checking this up. Oh, Michael Gelkin is who the tweet came in from. I'm gonna try to look through here a little bit real quick and see what else we can see on it. If anybody else has confirmed it, but it looks like David Irvin has been reinstated conditionally. Those conditions were not released as of yet. That was just a few minutes ago. So we'll see what those conditions are once they come out. Fisher Report just reported it as well 20 seconds ago. So David Irvin's been reinstated. What that means, guys, is he is a free agent. He has the opportunity to go take a look at some teams and get out there and see where he wants to be. It's going to be a bidding war on him, depending on how well his tryouts go for the teams that he decides to go see. So the Cowboys don't have any rights to him. When I was actually looking this morning because that's just one of the positions we need to fill. Snacks Harrison is gone, as you guys know. I was hoping if we could get David Irvin in, if we could get and who knows what those conditions are. He may not be able to play for a while. There may be a week or two that he's not allowed to. He might have to do some pre-testing or some testing before he's allowed to sign for a team. He may have to do some drug tests or whatever. Not sure. I'm trying to open the article right now and get a little information on it, and that way we can see actually what the conditions are of his reinstatement. I would love to have David Irving back. I loved him as a player. I didn't like his attitude when he left. I will admit that I did not like the attitude he had, but I think he had that attitude towards the league. And Jason Garrett, as you guys know, as you recall, he was kind of like, "Hey, that's what I'm going to do. If I need to leave because they won't let me do what I need to do medically. If they won't let me do what I need to do medically to stay fit, then I'm leaving the NFL." And he left. So evidently, with the situation in the NFL kind of releasing some of those restraints they had on marijuana, maybe he's looking at coming back and looking into this. So hopefully we'll get a look at David Irving. He will get to go around, try out for some teams, and see how it goes. As you guys know, this COVID thing will probably cause this to be slowed down a little bit. Sorry, guys. I wasn't really prepared to do this live stream real quick. I just jumped in because I saw the news come in. So breaking, Cowboys ex David Irving gets NFL reinstatement. Irvin is frequently on the field for the Dallas Cowboys suspension a year ago. Let me read through this, guys. I apologize for the boringness of me, but I want to skim through this and see is now happened on. I'm trying to see if there's any news. This is just old news, what happened. But you guys, we're looking at a very good 3-tech if we could get this guy in, and a big time run stopper for us when he was here. This would make a big difference. We get him back. We get LVE back. We get one day Sean Lee back. At least that gives us depth with Joe Tom. This completely changes our defense once you throw in Chido and Brown coming back. So, not to say there won't be other players injured before these guys come back, but at least if we can get Chido back, Brown back, LVE back, Sean Lee, if we could add this guy in there, David Irving would be a big help to us. Rather dump Poe, grab Marcel Darius and move one of the DEs to 3 tech with Gregory coming back. Yeah, as well with Gregory coming back, we would have to make a roster spot for him. But I'm down with David Irving. I know you'd rather dump Poe and grab Marcel Darius. Yeah, there's something needs to be done. I'll say that, and it's not just within the defensive line. Our defensive line hasn't played well. I did hear that David Irving's been working out with Randy Gregory's trainer, and they say he looks fantastic. That's what they always say. We've heard Randy Gregory already has been fantastic in the practices he's attended. They said LVE looked fantastic today. So, maybe this is just people hoping the best and wishing for the best. Hit the shout out in the chat room real quick. What's up, Dwayne Wright? How you doing? Ben and Martin. Oh, I don't know if Jerry would let Irving get a chance. He was crazy that year with D-Law. Safety is, it really worked out well. I mean, when this season started, we thought this defensive line was going to be off the chain, outstanding, and it's really hasn't been anything to brag about. We've been okay on the D line. We haven't been outstanding at all. If Aldon Smith, you guys imagine this D line if Aldon Smith wasn't there. So that's kind of something we have to prepare to try to improve if we can. If we can bring a guy in, at least take a look at him. No, Poe hasn't played well. Antoine Woods hasn't played so well. With us just losing Tristan Hill, we're in need of that right there. So, hey, I did want to say I appreciate all the support recently. You guys have given, bringing the channel back, trying to get this rolling again. The thumbs up are helping a lot. You guys know I've been hitting the comment box. I think in 2 weeks, I don't think I've missed a comment, and I've commented on every comment I've had over the last couple weeks. Totally probably over about 1,200, 1,300 comments. So I appreciate those comments. Keep them coming. Like I said, I create the content of the next videos off of the comment box. Matter of fact, the video I did today was concerning David Irving, and the one I did yesterday mentioned David Irving, and that was due to one of the fans here, one of the Cowboy fans, requesting something on David Irvin. So I took that. Nobody had been talking about Earl Thomas. Yeah, it's still crazy to me. I really think Braylon Scott, I don't know how long you followed the channel or if you're a subscriber, if you've been watching the channel a lot, but I've done multiple videos on Earl Thomas. I really think the Cowboys reached out to him. This is my scenario on it, just a thought. The way everything went down, the scenario was perfect for us to bring him in. Don't know why it didn't happen. And now after this situation with Dak Prescott, and then recalling how insistent Earl Thomas was, so insistent on getting guaranteed money. That was with Seattle. That was with the Ravens. And that's something he's stuck on, and he's probably still stuck on that. The Cowboys probably didn't offer him guaranteed money because of the situation with the locker room, with the injuries he's had, the 2 broken legs. So we'll see. Going into the comment, Dalton is no Dak. Hey guys, Hobbs Martinez, I'm with you. Quarterbacks are completely different. My concern with Dalton is he's a very good pocket passer. He's accurate. The guy's accurate. He's good in the pocket. He just doesn't have the mobility. And if our O-line cannot Dalton, he could have some trouble. It's not like Dak, it's not like he can get out and take off running. He can roll out. They can move the pocket. It's going to be a little different. Dalton's going to have to stand in there. That offensive line is going to have to be stable and sturdy and give him some room, give him some space. They're going to have to keep those D tackles out from under his feet. He needs to step into his throws, and he'll be fine. You guys saw he came in, and as I've said in my videos, Dak Prescott took us to the finish line, and Andy Dalton pulled us across. And it was a game where we were winning. We were losing, and then Andy Dalton brought us back. So Andy Dalton played well, and he's not Dak. It's a different style of quarterback, but he's a very good quarterback. He has those 2 Pro Bowls under his belt. He has 5 consecutive years to the playoffs. And you guys, maybe you want to say, Andy Dalton had a better team around him, but you guys know the team we have right now, and we are not playing up to expectations. And I'm not saying that was Dak. Dak was winning games for us, and that's what Andy Dalton is going to have to win games for us because the defense is just not there. We get a couple of these guys back. We got scheduled to come back. We get us a safety. I still think we need that. I think it's pertinent and vital that this weekend's game, I'm telling you right now, this weekend's game, I don't see it coming out well because of the safety position. And Fitzgerald and man, D Hopkins, they are going to eat us alive if our secondary doesn't play the best game of the season so far. And they haven't played a good one. They haven't even played a decent one. So let me hit this chat box up real quick as a mental thing that's scaring everybody away from ET. He's from what I'm hearing, much worse than what's out there. Yeah, we've heard that. I agree with it. There's got to be some other things in there, but he still needs work on himself. But I see him being an option next year. And Stevie Mack, that's what I was talking about. I know you've watched my video. You've seen probably all of them. But my thing with him is I think it's better for him to sit out. And the reason for himself even is because if he comes back this year, he had the broken leg in 2016, and that was when the broken leg in 2016 is when he was, trying to work on getting that contract or working that contract negotiation, and it went into the next year. And 2018 is when he broke his leg against the Cardinals, and that was when he flipped the bird. You guys recall he was on the cart. They pulled him out, and he flipped the bird to Pete Carroll because he was trying to get that deal done before that season, and it didn't work out for him. So if he was to play for the Cowboys this year and had another broken leg or got kicked out of the locker room for things not working out, and I don't think that's an issue. I don't think with the Cowboys there's an issue with the locker room. I don't think that would have been there. I don't think the Cowboys were worried about that. I think they were willing to pay him, and still, I think the issue was he wants guaranteed money because of the leg injuries he's had. If he was to play with us again, if he was to play with us and break his leg, not play with us again, but if he was to sign with the Cowboys and break his leg this year, he would have been kicked out of the he would have left Seattle on not so good terms. He would have had the 2 broken legs there. He would have left the Ravens, basically kicked out of the locker room. And then if he was to break his leg this year, he would have 3 broken legs and two disturbed teams or teams that were slightly disturbed with him. And he would have a difficult time finding a job after that. So it's better for him situationally. It's better for him to sit out this year and say, hey, I set out on my own, on my own to get my things straight, get my personal life straight to come back. So he comes back next year. Everything's kind of, with time, things are forgotten. So if Earl Thomas sits out this year and lets things ride, he'll come back next year and get much more money than he would have made with the Cowboys this year. And he'll have no negative effect at all. So I think it's better he sits out. I think that he realized that. I seriously think they had a deal worked out. And this is my impression of this is just my opinion, excuse me. I seriously think they had a deal worked out. And that's why Clinton Dix was let go. And I think when that paperwork was sitting there, I think Earl Thomas said, man, if I sign this shit and I get hurt, I'm done. Shout out from Austin, Texas. What's up? What's up, Luis Castanandre? I hope I said your name right. I know I didn't. But Michael Rodriguez, what's up? Shout out to the chat box. But I really think that's what happened. And I know that that's all speculation. But so many things, if you look at so many things, it added up. It added up. It added up. It made so much sense for him to come here. and then us letting Ha Ha Clinton Dix go. You guys know Ha Ha Clinton Dix would be better than these guys we got. I mean, dude, we're getting lit up at safety. And now X Woods, you put them two together, and Donovan Wilson seems like he's playing a little better than Darian Thomas, who we had in there before. So hopefully things will pick up. Maybe they need a little time, but the way the defense works is your safeties. Sometimes they don't get any action in a play because they're in the back. If it's a short run up the middle and the guy gets tackled, the running back gets tackled, then there's not a need for the safety to even do anything. But your safeties have to be able to read. And like I told you guys, if you look, the transition of responsibility is what's been getting us killed. When we're in a zone and the corner's covering a receiver and he starts heading into the safety's area, that safety has to read. Do I pick up that wide receiver, or is the corner going to keep him? And when that corner releases that wide receiver, the safety needs to turn, pivot his hips, and get with that wide receiver and get back if that's what he does. And they're blowing past our safeties. The safeties are not picking up the wide receivers early enough. What's up, Crookman? NC and QC ride with the Cowboy. Yes, sir. Jerry ain't gonna get him. We should. I hope they at least take a look at him. I've heard he's in excellent shape. That's what they've already said that about LVE. They've already said that about Randy Gregory. So we'll see. They're saying it about David Irving already too. The Red Rifle is got a ban. That's straight up. Andy Dalton is going to have to play very good football. He's going to have to play very good football behind a mediocre line. We need Ezekiel Elliott to straight burn it up. We need him to be. And that's the thing, guys, with this offensive line, the way it is, that's why we're not seeing Tony Pollard much. Ezekiel Elliott is having to stay in and be our sixth offensive lineman. And Tony Pollard's not capable of being a sixth offensive lineman. So and Dalton is a little bit more of an under the actually, Dalton is a 50-50 guy. He did a lot of TCU, and with the Bengals, he did a lot of shotgun formation. So we should be okay there. We'll see Andy Dalton probably in the shotgun quite a bit. So we'll see. I'm so sick of seeing X Woods giving up on plays. Bro, dude, I was pissed at X Woods. The words that came out of his mouth, Stevie Mack, the words that came out of his mouth when he said it's not possible to play 100% for 70 snaps every game. That right there lets you know that kind of attitude was within the defense, kind of as a whole. I wouldn't say everybody, but kind of as a whole. Because if he said that, that means he was okay with his teammates hearing it. If he's okay with his teammates hearing it, that means they're probably okay with understanding it or saying the same fucking thing. So that's why I didn't like what he said. I didn't like that shit at all. But you guys, we got to realize, guys, and no disrespect to anybody that's out there that's 25 years old. That's a lot of these guys are in their early 20s, man. They're all in their early 20s, so they're going to say some things. I don't know if anybody out there has kids that are 20, 25 years old, whatever. They're going to say some things that just don't make sense at times. What's up, Crunk from San Jose, California? What's up, Rick Roy? Sup, Stevie Mack. Hey, Cowboys fan, 1973. What's up? How you doing, brother? Hope everything is fine for you. Pollard had some late game runs. Yes, and we can get him those runs. But when Pollard is in there, it's pretty much usually going to be a run play unless they get him in at slot. And with Cedric Wilson working out as well as he has, we're not going to see Tony Pollard playing much wide receiver either. So I'd love to see Tony Pollard out there. I got a question right now for the chat box. I want ones or twos in the chat box. Guys, get your finger on the 1 or 2 button. If Tony Pollard should continue returning kicks for us, I want a 1. If we need to find another kick returner, I need a 2 in there because he looks lost. He looks, it's not making sense in there. So you guys are good with Tony Pollard back there. Or did I say that backwards? Two is a good. To me, he's lost back there. I don't know if I said that backwards. He's lost his confidence. Yeah. I think I said that right. One is no. Yeah. So I don't think we should have Tony Pollard back there. He looks lost. Handing the ball, getting the ball in the slot, getting the ball when you can. I want the ball in Tony Pollard's hands, but we've got so many dynamic guys on offense. To me, just let the ball go into the end zone. But you guys notice they're kicking it short. They're kicking it short to make sure we have to return it. These guys are watching Tony Pollard. They're watching our kick returns. They watch the film. They watch everything. So the fact that they're kicking it short, they're wanting Tony Pollard to return it, is that they're game planning that on us, and we have not looked good in the kick return. Luckily, we haven't turned one over, even though we almost did. We got the one on the 1 yard line that ended up being a safety. That's basically 2 points and a turnover because we had to give them the ball back. So that was actually worse than a. I'm down with Gallup being back there. I think Gallup's a little long, but dude, Gallup. This is my thing. Cowboys 1973 with Gallup. I know that Dak has the ability to create some time with his legs. I'm hoping Andy Dalton can get that time. The offensive line's going to have to give him that time. I think Andy Dalton sees something in Gallup that the rest of the team hasn't. Tony Pollard, not Tony Pollard, excuse me, CD Lamb, dude, he's our bang 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 guy. I mean, it's get it down the field, bang bang bang. CD Lamb's all day, all day. But when you want that big boom, you go to Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup is our big boom player. He's a guy that if you need it, you just get back there, give him the time. If we can get Andy Dalton the time, throw it deep. If I had to pick a receiver out of this core, I would pick Michael Gallup first. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but Amari's been a little. It leaves he's our toughest receiver. I think Amari Cooper, and not, when I say tough, I don't mean. Well, now I got to take that back. I got to take that back because the reason I got to take that back is because CeeDee Lamb is tough as hell, and I didn't realize how tough he was. He may be our toughest receiver. I think Cooper, maybe he was our most consistent. I don't even think he's our most consistent anymore. We're going to do this right here. I'm going to call this out. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to get this straight because it's real easy. Amari Cooper is 1 because he's been here the longest. Michael Gallup would be 2 because he's been here the second longest. And since the rookie, we're going to make him number 3. You guys let me know if you had to pick out of your receivers right now. Amari Cooper is 1, Michael Gallup is 2, CeeDee Lamb is 3. Who you would take first? And I love the fact that CeeDee Lamb is just there. I mean, he's there every time you need him. First down, first down, first down. But Michael Gallup is that guy. I think he can do most of that as well. But I think he's going to get you that big play every time. Gallup is my boy. I got 2. I got 2 on the board by Tamiko's Sydney. Cooper need more vertical routes. I'm there with that. Dallas is limiting Amari snaps I know he's not healthy as well, 100%. So our other guys are picking up. Gallup 1, CD 2, Amari 3. Cooper is a finesse receiver. Yeah, he's physical once he catches the ball, but yeah, he seems like finesse. Running the routes is kind of finesse. He's good at it, but I don't know. We've got to do better. We've got to do better with protecting. We've got to do better protecting Andy Dalton than we did with Dak. Andy Dalton just doesn't have the legs to get out and take off and run. And even though that was I know that was a planned run by Dak when he took off with the ball. That play worked out perfect. That play is a play that the Arizona Cardinals run quite a bit with Kyler Murray. You're going to see from the shotgun, they'll snap it to Kyler Murray. He takes a step back, and it's a quarterback draw. He just takes off between the tackles. So we're going to see that a lot this week. I'm hoping we get LVE on the field, and hopefully he can help this this Cowboy defense progress a little bit. But we're going to progress as we get these guys back. Hopefully it'll stay. We can keep LVE clean, keep Jalen Smith clean, and we got to get these safeties in these corners to step up, guys. I mean, Trayvon Diggs has played okay, but he's giving up close to 200 yards a game. and they're picking on him being a rookie. But then again, we're putting him in the position. We're putting Trayvon Diggs, on their number ones a lot of the time, and we're not giving him help. Safety over the top help has been on the other side. Worley's getting killed, but they're not getting him for anything big. They haven't got him for anything, huge as far as consistently huge plays. Gallup number one, CeeDee Lamb number two, Amari Cooper. I love Gallup, guys. I just think he's our most dynamic receiver. Stretches the field. Stretching the field is what we have to do if we're going to get Ezekiel Elliott those 30, 40-yard runs again. And if you don't have that stretch the field guy, which is what Kansas City does, that's why they stretch those field. They get the safeties and the linebackers have to get back. They have to, even though you're talking about your deep receiver pulling the safeties, but that causes your linebackers have to pull back too. The bigger the gap between your line and your linebackers, between your linebackers and your safeties, that's what gets your running backs these long runs. And we've got to stretch that defense. Michael Gallup's the guy that does that for us. Cooper can do it as well. You guys know he can. And he gets it from his route running. He gets open from his route running. He can tease that safety. He can cause the cornerback to drop coverage and burn the safety. And that's what's been happening to us. We've had too many guys Cooper us, especially Lockett. Lockett was killing us. Hey, what's up, South of Heaven 88? Hit the thumbs up, like the stream. Oh, thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Rick Roy in the house. Gallup's number one CD. CeeDee Lamb, then Cooper. Alternate Gallup and CeeDee Lamb in the slot. I think that would be dangerous. Man, that's the big thing about all our receivers. They can play anywhere. They could play X. They could play. I like CeeDee Lamb a lot more on the inside. Not playing the X but playing the Y or the slot. They said they're not interested in Justin Simmons. Yeah, I saw that earlier today. They're not interested in and the reason is he's not really playing up to what he's being paid. We would have to take over his contract. He's being paid close to $12 million, and he's not playing at a $12 million rate right now, as it seems like a lot of NFL players do. Once they get paid, a play drops. Not sure why. JPG, what's up, my brother? How you doing? Braylon Scott, they said we're not okay. I got that one earlier. Trying to go through some of this. Still with MG and CD and Cedric, it would be good. Plus Noah Brown. I like Noah. Noah Brown's a great receiver. Had some tough catches a couple weeks ago. No, that was yes, yeah. Wow, I just lost train of thought there while I was reading your comment. Trade Gallup while we can. No, I understand. Hey guys, let me go over a scenario with you guys real quick, because you just brought up a really good thing, Fan 21, and I'm not down with trading Gallup, but what I would have looked at earlier, and CeeDee Lamb lit it up too much. Now I don't think nobody's going to take Amari Cooper's contract. He's too expensive. Michael Gallup, they would jump all over him in a second, no question, no doubt. Or CeeDee Lamb, either one of those guys would be trade material in a minute. But you have to see what you're going to get for them. And to me, no player is more valuable or too valuable to trade. Michael Gallup is my favorite wide receiver on this team. I think he's our best wide receiver on this team, and I would hate to trade him, but I would like to see what somebody would give him for us. I mean, you guys, if you guys are around as long as I have, if you saw the Herschel Walker trade that went down, if you saw the Herschel Walker trade go down, that's the reason we have 3 Super Bowls. When Jimmy Johnson did that trade with Minnesota, we got that trade moved 18 players. 18 players moved in that trade, and I don't even know how many more. There was even more when you considered the draft picks. Yeah, that's history, bro. I'm sorry. Hey, if I'm talking history, that means I don't know. I must be old enough to be part of history. So, but yeah, the trade that Jimmy Johnson did with Herschel Walker is what, and everybody was thinking, "Are you crazy? You're going to trade Herschel Walker? Are you insane? Do you know what he did in the USFL? He tore up the USFL. He was killing it up there. But that trade is what got us. You know, a trade like, and this is the thing there's only one football to throw around. Am I right? There's only one football. We're already having trouble. Everybody's like, we need to get the ball to Gallup more. We need to get the ball to uh, we need to get the more. We need to get the ball to CeeDee Lamb more. You know, Cooper needs more touches, and Ezekiel Elliott needs to get the ball. Guys, we got too many people on offense. We have too many weapons. You only have one ball you can throw to. And I know that spreads the field, and we can go down in 30 seconds. If we get the ball and we got 80 yards to go, and we got 30 seconds, we're probably going to make it happen with the weapons we have. But if you take one of those weapons, and if you could take one of those weapons away, but if you could get, let's say, a really good safety and a good corner for CeeDee Lamb or for Michael Gallup, and I would hate to lose those guys, but if you could get that and a draft pick, I mean, Michael Gallup's tearing it up, guys. His name in the NFL is blowing up right now. They already know CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb is probably by far he might win Rookie of the Year unless you look at Joe Burrows. Those two guys are competing for Rookie of the Year right now. So if you looked at trading those guys, I know Jonathan Pee-wee. Nobody wants to lose a player, but that's the way it goes. But what pisses me off about it, and the reason I don't want to do it, is when you have Pro Bowl safeties that are sitting on the couch right now. When you have Pro Bowl safeties sitting on the couch right now, why you don't need to trade shit. You could go out and get a Pro Bowl safety right now, and you don't need to trade anybody. They're sitting there. They're unemployed. All you got to do is throw them a contract. So to do it for a safety is kind of stupid. But if you were going to do it for a very, very good, if you were going to trade for a very good defensive tackle, or like if you could get Vita Vea's out for the year, but if you could get somebody like Vita Vea, which the Cowboys were super hot for. If you could get Vita Vea at a draft pick for CeeDee Lamb, or Vita Vea in a draft pick for he's an already proven player for Michael Gallup. You know, you got to think about it. No player is worth not thinking about trading for, especially when that would help our defense probably 7 points a game. That would give us 7 points a game, take 7 points a game off the scoreboard for us on defense. And losing that receiver, because we're so deep at receiver, it might take 2.5 points off. So you've got to look at it in a point value scheme. If you lose a receiver when you've already got Cedric Wilson has been playing lights out so far this year. So if you take Cedric Wilson and CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper, you've still got a really good receiving core, probably still a top 2 or 3 receiving core in the league, even though Michael Gallup's gone or CeeDee Lamb's gone. But you pick up 2 players on your defense to help you and a draft pick. And I'm telling you, that's how good these receivers are. We could get a very, very, very good draft pick, or excuse me, we could pick up some very, very good draft capital with either one of those wide receivers. Do I want to do it? No. But if they're not going to do anything else on defense, if they're not going to go out and get these free agents that are there, if they're looking at trading, we have trade material on offense to get some defense in here. And it would benefit us, guys. I'm telling you, it would make our defense better. It would maybe cut 8 points off of our defense and only hurt our offense, 2 to 3 points, because we still have the weapons there. Steve Matt Gallup has one more year on his contract, has not going anywhere just yet. We have out of Amari's contract the same time Gallup's contract is over as well. Yeah, I understand the contract concept part of it, but that's what I'm saying. Gallup's going to be asking for money soon. If we trading him, I know he's under contract, but the team would have to take over his current contract. So that's not a huge issue, taking over a contract, just like they would have to take over CeeDee Lamb's contract, whatever his contract is. I know he's still on his rookie deal, but we would get a lot more for a CeeDee Lamb than we would a Gallup because of the contract situation. But we would greatly increase our defense if you reach out and looked at a Jalen Ramsey, or we have a really good rapport with the Raiders, trading with the Raiders right now, and Miami. If you look at Tampa Bay's, or even, and I don't think Kansas City is not moving anybody. They're only bringing people in. I don't think they're willing to. But I would love to have Thornhill or Tyrann Mathieu. Either one of those guys. They have two outstanding safeties, and they have our two linebackers. You guys know Kansas City has both Anthony Hitchens and Damian Wilson, and they're playing very, very well for which the Cowboys didn't want to pay them. They thought they were mediocre linebackers and let them go, and now they're bulldogging it in Kansas City. They're tearing it up. I'd be trying to extend Aldon Smith right now. I agree with that. Aldon Smith needs to be extended. I would do it before his numbers get ridiculous, because that's where they're going. I expected him up to have about 10. I mean, nobody knew what he was going to do this season. I expected him because of having DeMarcus Lawrence on the other side. I expected him to get about 10 sacks. I expected DeMarcus Lawrence to get about 12, and we're not seeing that yet. So you could be wrong sometimes. You can be right. Wrong. You could be right. So let's see. Crunk, would you like Cooper to be traded? I'd love actually for Cooper to be traded if we could get something for him. But his contract and his current value, I think he's not playing up to the value of his contract. So you would have to find a team that thinks Amari Cooper's worth what he's getting paid right now. They would have to take over his contract, JPG, and I don't think you're going to find anybody that wants to pay Amari Cooper what we're paying him. I just don't think he's worth that. And it's depressing to see these guys take on these contracts, and then they seem to not play up to the level of what they're getting paid. So hopefully D-Law turns the corner. I'm with you, Cowboys fan 1973. We need that. If he don't turn the corner this year, sooner than later, we're going to have some issues with in the off season. There's going to be some kind of moves trying to be made to figure something out, even though, he's under contract and he has guaranteed money. There are some Aaron Donald news that he might end up trading for him, but I don't think we would do that. I haven't heard anything on that, Braylon. Not sure. I really haven't been watching too much of the trade thing. I've been still following Earl Thomas. I think that's our easiest move. And like I said, I think that hasn't happened because I think Earl Thomas wants guaranteed money. I don't think he's willing to sign that vested veteran contract. And I think that's why he hasn't. I think that's actually why we haven't signed him. I think it's more Earl Thomas's decision than the Cowboys not wanting him. I know Jerry Jones wanted him, and we need a safety so damn bad. We'll see. So, David Irvin is conditionally reinstated, guys. Just to announce that one more time. Crunk, did you check out the Michael Thomas fight? Yeah, I did see that. I saw some of the background on what was going on with that. We'll see more info. We have $16 million in cap. We have if we cut Amari Cooper in 2022. Yeah, that's about as good as it gets. I mean, we really are stuck with him until 2022. I don't see them doing anything. I mean, it doesn't benefit the Cowboys to move him. That's why his contract. Originally, when we did that contract, everybody seemed like it was a pretty good bargain. It seemed like a pretty good deal. The thing is, his numbers are down, guys, but Amari Cooper's numbers are down. But part of the reason I wouldn't say down, but they're not, they're not what some of these other receivers are in the league, is because we have three receivers. Last year we had two amazing receivers. Gallup and him split the yard. It's not some of these guys that have inflated numbers is because they only have one receiver on their team. So you can't judge Amari Cooper off of just his numbers. He didn't have 1,500 yards. He didn't have 1,600. didn't go for 13, 1400 again. A lot of that is because we have three receivers. It's like having three shooting guards on a basketball team. You're not going to have one guy, put up 40 points every night if you've got other guys putting up 20 and 20. So, yeah, he's up there. He has outstanding, good numbers, but they're not like uh, outstanding numbers where the numbers hit his, the elevation of his salary. I guess you could say you compare his salary to where his numbers are, and part of that is just because Cooper, Gallup is our second, and he's our deep guy. He's our deep threat at wide receiver. So that's part of it as well. Amari Cooper is still number 2 in receptions right now. Yeah, he's kicking it. That's what I'm saying. It's just, and part of that is because our offense has been so dynamic. I don't think we're going to say that dynamic under what's going on with Andy Dalton. Hopefully, they're going to have to protect this guy. He doesn't have the legs that Dak has. He can't get outside. They can't move the pocket as much as they did with Dak. But he's semi-mobile, but not near as mobile as what Dak is. And that's going to be our problem with Andy Dalton. Is we're going to have to keep him clean, keep him straight up and down, keep those defensive tackles and the center, keep the center's butt out of his face. You can't have Bidiach. I can't say his name. Bidiach. Yeah, I sound like I said Biatch. I didn't say Biatich. I think I said it right that time. You can't have Biatich's butt right up in Andy Dalton's lap every damn time. So he's just not as mobile. He's decently mobile, but not as mobile. Let's see. I think Chido. I'm expecting maybe next week. I haven't seen any updates on him. You guys, the best place to look for updates on that is not on Spot Rack. That's the contract thing. I'll put a link. I'll put a link to the in the description of the video after we get done here. I'll put a link in there for the best place to get updates on injuries. A lot of times I troll Twitter for that. I check my Twitter every couple minutes. That's the only time I go live when I see something like this. I'm extremely happy for David Irving. I would love for the Cowboys to take a look at him. Not sure how expensive he's going to be, but I know he's going to be one of those guys that probably wants to come in and make the money he made when he was leaving, which is going to take a little bit of players got to prove themselves. So Tony Peacock, hey Peter, I haven't heard much. Bernard Francis, what do you think of him? And can we? I've seen him a little bit on special teams. I haven't seen any plays made yet. I don't know if he had any tackles last week on special teams. I seen the hair floating around. Kind of looks like Troy Polamalu out there, a little bit like a bigger Troy Polamalu. So hey, if the guy can help the team, I'm all for it. The rookies, that's where you make your Super Bowl push, man. This is making a Super Bowl push. You're going to have your high end players, but when you have your mediocre players and you have your rookies step up and play above and beyond their talent ability or their draft spot, if you have a third round guy playing like a first round guy, Dak, like Dak being a fourth round guy playing like a first round guy. When you have guys that are 6th round picks and they're playing like 2nd and 3rd round picks, that's where your team elevates because you have them on a cheaper contract. They're playing at a level much better than that. So that's where you make your push for into the playoffs. Deep rounds into the playoffs where your guys are playing much better than the draft capital that was spent on them. Crunk, what's up? Just got here. Let's go Cowboys. What's up, Mike Lopez? How you doing, man? Hey, just had to get on here real quick and put out the news. Again, Braylon, don't be doing that shit, man. I'm really on. We need a safety. Really, the train I'm on, and everybody keeps, they talk about the Earl Thomas thing and Crunk because I did that video and it did get a lot of views. But I'm on the bandwagon. We need a safety. I just thought that at the time, and I still think Earl Thomas is the one that lines up, and he's a. How can you just deny when you need a safety as bad as we do and just leave 2 Pro Bowlers sitting out there? Earl Thomas sitting out there, I don't give a shit about his locker room issues. Eric Reed sitting out there, I don't care about him kneeling at this point. Other players are kneeling. I know he knelt before. I know he was there with Colin Kaepernick. They were side by side. They're holding hands. But you guys know how I am with the national anthem. I couldn't do it. If a player wants to do it, he's obviously had some things and gone through some things I haven't. That's my take on it. I would hope that all players want to stand for the national anthem, but if they don't, I understand it because they've done some things or been some places like that I haven't, and that's why I can say I'm at, coming from where I'm at, I've seen some things that obviously other people haven't because the places I've been, the things I've seen, the flag means a lot when you come overseas. When you've been 14 years in Afghanistan, 2 years in Iraq, you see some guys do stuff for that flag. Uh, you see some guys do stuff for that flag that just means a lot. So, but the guys that kneel, I understand where they're coming from. I haven't been where they've been. They have a different perception and different idea of how things are going. So we'll see, guys. But like I said, I don't want anyone, thinking bad of me because I said I couldn't kneel for the flag. It just means something to me. But then again, there's other guys that they've been places I haven't been. So I understand someone doing that if that's where they come from. But yeah, as far as a D line, I think David Irving could help us. Really think the Joneses will forgive Irving and be, yeah, I think their problem with Irving was more with Jason Garrett. I think they were pissed because he walked away because he was having a good season. He was playing well. He says he has some issues, and he says that smoking helps him. And if that's what he uses it for, that's great. And if he needs that, and the NFL wasn't going to let him use it, he thought it was more important to walk away. With Bell signing with the Chiefs, Andy Reid, I can tell you this, JPG, Andy Reid knows how to use players. And I mean that in a positive way. And when I mean use them, he uses them to their capability. He will design 3 or 4 plays for Le'Veon Bell. He'll use Le'Veon Bell in the slot a lot, which is what they did against us. If you guys recall, they used him in the slot. They went to him on multiple plays right in a row in the red zone, and they got their touchdown against us when he played for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and J.J. Wilcox was covering him. They went right at J.J. Wilcox 1, 2, 3 times in a row to get their touchdown, and they threw the ball to. Actually, it was 2 times in a row. I apologize. It was 2 times in a row. They went to him against J.J. Wilcox because they knew that J.J. Wilcox couldn't cover him. J.J. Wilcox was more of a in the box kind of type safety, and you have to get rough with him on the line of scrimmage, and then he has the speed to beat you. So we'll see. But I think Le'Veon Bell is going to be he's a good pickup for the Chiefs. The thing is, Andy Reid can pick up mediocre players or guys that are on their downfall that are kind of descending in the NFL. He can pick up players like that and use them because he's just so offensively talented as a coach that he can figure out how to use those guys. So I just wanted to get the news out, guys. I appreciate the live stream. I hadn't done one in a while. I want to start doing these more. The problem is the time difference, man. It's 12:30 in the morning here. 12:30 in the morning. So after a live stream, you're pounding it. You kind of working things. You're reading the chat box. You got a lot of. It's going to take me an hour or two to wind down. So I've got to get my. But yeah, Tony Peacock. Yeah, it was Jason Garrett and him that had that clash and that talk. But I've got to wind down now a little bit and take a shower. Try to go to sleep. Hopefully I'll be asleep by 2 a.m. or so. But that's the reason I haven't been doing the live streams, guys. I apologize for that. I enjoy them. I enjoy talking to you guys. But hit the chat box. Hit the like button on this video. It gets it to the top. It really helps the channel out a lot. That's the main thing that helps the channel out is that like button. Hitting the like button gets the video up there. And I'm doing the channel for you guys, man. I just like having a lot of people in here not trying to bank money on this or anything. You've got to really have a pretty good sized channel to do this for money, and you're talking at least into the 20, 30,000 subscribers, and do a lot of live streams and stuff like that. So Dennis, I'm sorry, Denise Sider, I'm sorry I didn't catch you in here. Thank you very much. Always, I saw you swing through a couple times, and I meant to catch your comments, and I was going to say, this actually gives me a headache. Doing this more than an hour gives me a headache. So it's a pain in the ass. I guess reading, the glasses, the light in your eyes, and all that stuff. But hey, guys, hey, this weekend is going to be a tough game. I'm just telling you right now. They've got a mobile quarterback. The defense is going to have to contain their lines. The offense is going to have to play well. The offensive line is going to have to protect Andy Dalton, and their receiving core is it's pretty close to what we have. It's not what we have, but they have a very good receiving core, and our secondary is going to have to play good. This game could be very close to like the Seattle game. We could both score into the 40s. So we'll see. Yeah, Mike Lopez, let's do this shit, Cowboys. But it's going to be a tough game. I'm glad it's on Monday night. We need to show out. I hope. I wish the best. First of all, I wish the best for this reinstatement, David Irving. I hope it goes good for him. I hope we get a shot at him. I hope we get a safety in here. I hope we get our cornerback. Our corners back, both of them, Brown and Chido, as soon as possible. And I hope they play well. And this could change our defense. That's getting LV back, getting those two corners backs, Brown and Chido back, and adding somebody like David Irving, excuse me, adding somebody like David Irving and getting us a safety. This really changes us going into the playoffs if we could get there. Anthony's back. I know he'll be playing this week. He played last week. He had the pickup fumble. But I'm talking about when I apologize when I say getting him back full strength, 100, in all the snaps. They only played him like 30 snaps last week. So I apologize. I should have been more vocal when I said that. Thank you very much, Sling YT in the house. For keeping me up to speed on that. Sometimes I speak out of context because I'm thinking about a lot of things, but yeah, you're right. I know he was back last week. He had the scoop and score last week. So, hey guys, hang in there with me. Cowboys, don't give up on this. I don't want to hear anybody talking about tanking for the season. Even when you're not good and you're trying to get better, tanking is not. That's only like for these teams that are fighting for that first pick. The Cowboys will be all right. We'll be in there, and we need to do what we can to solidify this season, guys. But Cowboy Crunk from Manama, Bahrain, your war daddy. Hey, let's go, soldiers. We got to be Cowboy soldiers right now, guys. Hang in there, guys. Peace and stream. Deuces.